It also begs the question that is a woman who is a trailblazer and paving the way for other women, can she really be praised for that if every woman that came along after her she seemed to have issues with and she seemed to try to tear down? And I get that. Again, as a woman who worked in a male-dominated industry, they pit women against each other to keep us weak. I mean, that's just that, it does happen. It still happened even in my era. The system being set up to keep women competitive with each other is absolutely legit. However, the way that they portray Barbara Walters and her interactions with pretty much like every woman, it seems like, in broadcasting that was on the documentary talking about her, even the women that were praising her, seems really odd. Like, I mean, you know, there's obviously the notorious rivalry between Barbara Walters and Diane Sawyer, that it was very clear that Barbara Walters did not like Diane Sawyer. She saw Diane Sawyer as basically like a younger, more attractive like threat to Barbara Walters' career and legacy. There's probably a factor that like the networks and the industry people were probably trying to pit them against each other. It definitely does seem like Barbara Walters saw Diane Sawyer as a threat, so she clearly was not supportive of her coming into the industry after Barbara came in, even though Barbara was already established at that point. But then there's also like the interview in the documentary with Couric. I don't remember the exact wording, but Couric says something that Barbara Walters said something to her about, oh, women like us can't just rely on our looks, we have to have something else. And Couric kind of fluffs it off like, oh, I know what she was trying to say is that, you know, we have more to offer than just our looks, but she's kind of calling Couric unattractive. Which is, it's a neg. I mean, it's like a little dig at her confidence. Then you have like the interview with Oprah where Oprah basically says that, you know, Barbara Walters said to Oprah that like, you know, having kids will be like the most important thing you ever do, and was like really encouraging Oprah to have kids. You know, then Oprah kind of points out that she looked at Barbara Walters' relationship with her daughter and was just sort of like, doesn't look like you can have the career and the child at the same time. You kind of wonder if that wasn't Barbara Walters' way of trying to push Oprah into having kids to keep her from being as successful, maybe. I mean, it's a stretch, I realize, but like, I do think there could be an element of that. So much evidence that Barbara Walters just was not supportive of women, especially other women in the industry.